Yo, Vicky. Good evening, good day. I'm doing fine. It's full moon today. It can get quite interesting when it's full moon. How are you doing? Are you feeling the full moon? Are you being conscious of inner silence? Actually, I was doing cleaning as well. So why there are suddenly 50 people watching? YouTube is so funny. And none of them will stay. Yo, Rai, Ramada. Ramda, not Ramad, sorry. Ramdat. This is incense. I don't know how you call it. Incense? 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 I just like how they smell, the fragrance. Gives the right vibes for going deep, beyond mind, in silence. Yes, Ramdat. I don't know what fragrance. Don't know what it's called. I'm not good at describing fragrances. When I smell them, it gives some kind of extra focus. Yo, Joseph. Rai Ram, that I know, thank you. But then there's too much, like, what's the word? Fume. I just like to smell the real fragrance without fume. But sometimes I do light them. That's just my sound bowl. Those are the only two attributes I use when meditate. Some incense and sound bowl. But of course they are not needed. Yo, new name. You catched me. You are never late. Always here and now. I'm actually just starting. Nothing's happening. Nothing will happen. Yes, Vicky. Sure, Vicky. Either way, I'm just gonna be here and go deep in silence. You too, Vicky. Respect. Hello, hello, Newman. New name, sorry. I see you. I can wave to you as well. New name, how old are you? You seem to be young. That is some kind of monkey? No. Some emoji. "19. So you're 19 and interested in mindfulness. Do you do some gaming? New name. How old do you think I am? Or young? Yes, no. 23. What makes you think I'm 23? New name, I'm gonna do mindful chess stream for you, chess game. "23 in a leg." What that means? The top. One of you basically says 23, other 46. New name, what's wrong with my hair? This is... They are my connection to universe. My hair. But I will chop them fully off one day. I'm 34. Either way, you're saying you're 19 and interested in mindfulness. If that's so, that's awesome. I started to become interested in mindfulness, like gurus and meditations around 18. I hope you will have easier experiences than I did, than I had. A more straightforward way to being fully self-aware. Totally the same for me. The suffering was so bad that I had like two choices: to live in a new way or die. So I totally like remade my life. In my inner world, I started to live from scratch. But that is very strange that only few people, when they are suffering, choose to search answers and real fulfillment in mindfulness and spirituality. We all know that what most people choose to do when they are suffering. I hope you're not too much in alcohol and weed and stuff like that. Yep, sometimes you don't have to search answer. New name. You're really awesome. Just stay like that. And don't do mushrooms as well. Why did you choose for your nickname 2222? Those are some strong numbers. 22 is like golden aura. If you know something about numerology. So you know lots of things intuitively. New name. You're intuitive person, I guess. Yo, Andre, thanks, man. Well, the vibes in that DJ set were quite chill. Tomorrow you will see something very energetic. Andre, and please, if you can check out the other DJ set that I linked in the video, it's very great as well. For those who are watching, I have second YouTube channel where I post musical stuff like DJ sets and music. So Andre is talking about the latest DJ set I posted in that account. We were having Halloween party. Lots of loud music. Lots of dancing in the evening. That was for sure a setback to being fully aware. But that is no problem. Music is very good for your soul. Being free in dance moves are also great for your soul. But yes, Andre, I'm not gonna be a DJ. I know that for sure. There are just more important things in life. Like just sitting and doing nothing. But actually, when I'm sitting and doing nothing, I'm fully living, I'm fully alive. That's when I feel like my soul is really growing. while I'm doing nothing and don't identify with anything. I mean, if you just sit, do nothing, and identify with everything that comes into your mind, then that can be a struggle for growing deeper in spirituality. Thanks, Andre. I will always make some music and do some DJing, but not in high levels, like big stages and that. We all have some kind of hobbies. Greetings, one son. One son G7J. New name says like there was a click, like the suffering came just like that before that day everything was normal, and like I just clocked, like it just clicked. I guess you mean clicked, not clocked. So you never felt in the same way like you did when you was suffering? After the click? How long ago was that click, if you are willing to say? Just don't say 1 week. But I guess 1 year. Sorry, new name. Don't go there. You will have to go there one day when you will be ready, like fully aware of your true self and fully able not to identify with past. One son says, I just laugh a lot of my thoughts. It's better than being bogged down by them. That's amazing. If you can laugh on all the thoughts that comes into your mind, that's just amazing. That's very good attitude. Very interesting. I don't laugh at my thoughts, but I guess I just take them lightly. What big things have you manifested in your life? New name wants to get to the big deal, the real deal. New name actually very lot of things, everything. If you have clear mind, you can manifest. I have manifested my wife. Well, she is not a thing. Home, job, car, lifestyle. Dude, everything. We all manifest everything. When there are complete chaos in mind, when there is complete chaos, and you don't see clearly your true self, then it's very hard to manifest anything. But imagine if there's just complete emptiness in you that you recognize. And in that case, you can see what thoughts comes into you from like your heart. And then you can more clearly see like steps how to get to that, let's say, vision or thought. I know that I didn't tell a quite understandable answer. Sorry for that. Just in clear mind, manifestation works. You get like insights from future about your own life. And you start to have lots of intuitive like messages, keys, opportunities that you know how to use. Sadhguru comes to London. I actually wanted to go to London in November. That's now. But not because of Sadhguru. I wanted to visit my cousin. What car do you have? Is it like a sports car? You name. One day I'm gonna show you my car, but I'm not gonna show you number plate. Once asks, do you eat meat? That is a great question actually. Because when I started my spiritual journey, sorry, my tongue doesn't know how to talk. So now I'm 34. I started my spiritual journey at 18. Till 18 I was eating meat, lots of meat, because I was quite serious sportsman. But well, it's not about that. So I ate meat a lot till 18. When I started to go beyond my mind, started to let go thoughts, started to become more mindful, started to go deep in inner silence, I just suddenly stopped eating meat. I just understood that I don't want meat anymore. But the story doesn't end there. So I just stopped eating meat. Not because I feel sorry for someone or have read something about eating or not eating meat, but I just stopped eating meat. And I didn't eat meat for my 30s. So I didn't eat meat for 10 years, 12 years, I don't know, completely. Just didn't want to eat. And then I just understood that I eat too much of sweets because my body doesn't receive nutrition and my nerves in chest were quite bad because they were not getting too much iron. So now I eat meat again, and I don't have these problems anymore. But I don't know if I'm gonna eat meat forever. Basically, I just eat what my body needs. I live in cold climate, and people in cold climate naturally, in my opinion, needs to eat meat. Once, and that's really amazing. 37 and vegan. I really can't I'm still into serious sports, and I can't be vegan. I know that there are sportsmen, vegans, vegetarians, but I just don't get enough energy. Require, sorry, new name. My English is well, it is what it is. Require, 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 require. Need is bad, require is good. New Name says, I had an unexpected thing happen. My mentorship is... So he is helping you for free, yes? That's okay, New Name. So New Name, you want to have luxury car, I guess, in life, and big house, or you are minimalist. Okay, I will forget it. I will delete in my head our conversation. Don't worry about that. Once and I have many books. I will read a quote just for you. I will take one random Osho book, one random book, and Raman Maharishi book, and I will read you random quote. Actually, I don't know where my Raman Maharishi book is, but here's 3 quotes for you. Quote that I have read. Well, it's been like 10 years since I took a book in my hand, so I'm not sure about that, but okay, a quote for you. Well, the thing is, the quotes are in my language, and I need to read it for you in English. Well, the sentence that my finger is pointing at is, you can go each path in different ways. I don't know what is this. Okay, this one's better. Without you, this universe will lose some part of beauty. It's really what it says. Without you, universe will lose some part of beauty. It's about you, one son. My native language is Latvian. Oh, well, this one's good. From Eckhart Tolle. Listen. Spiritual seekers search their enlightenment in future. But you don't need time to be enlightened. No more books. I don't use books because I really prioritize and feel more natural to seek answers deep in my heart. But of course, if there are no questions, then I have no answers. My heart and mind is quite empty. People who seek God find themselves, and people who seek themselves find God. That's deep. People who seek God find themselves. Well, most people who seek God find some kind of religion and start to live in concepts of religion. But yes, I guess people who seek themselves find God. Totally. One son. I need dictionary for me to answer. 1 second. I am Baptist. 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 but I'm not like my parents baptized me, but I'm not into Christianity or new name. How do you even listen so closely in my language? Just just read through lanes. Skip every second word. Once, if I was not Baptist, would you still talk to me? Talked to me. I know there are people who talk only to like their similar religion people. New name, you know why I don't use require so much? I guess because the translation to require in my language is similar to ask. Need is more similar in my language to the right word. You are not hardcore Christian. For 2 weeks in my life I studied in theology university. There were some really crazy religious persons. That's why I didn't continue to study there. New name, I have no idea what is scarcity. I know what is scar, and I know what is city. So scar city is scar city. Once I also like Krishna better. Like philosophy from East. New name, sorry, don't cry. But now I can read once again your sentence. Need is lack of something. Well, yes, you're right. I can't argue with that. Once in, I don't know, Shrimrad Bhagavatam, but it sounds like he is epic. I know what is epic games. Like Fortnite. New name is telling me hi again. Scripture that talks about Krishna. I feel that when I'm completely unattached to any thought and feeling in me, I am reading all the religious books at the same time. And I feel like I understand every religion. Once and really the only audiobook I use is Inner Silence. I really, really like that one. Because I can read it all the time. And it gives me every single answer I could ever require. New name, require, not need. See, I'm getting better. But new name, I bet there are many other words besides need and require that I use in completely wrong ways. I bet word wrong can also be said differently, like well, yeah, That's my vocabulary. Wants a new name. How do you actually both know English so well? Maybe you have said in the chat where are you from, but I don't remember. If you are from Europe, then respect. Well, respect either way, but if you are from Europe, then respect on how good are your English knowledge. Okay, if you are from India, why is your or are, I don't know, your English so good? Why is your English so good? In India you have like 1,000 languages. Once you spend time in Indian ashrams. That's a thing. When I was in last grade at school, I wanted to leave everything aside and go to ashram or to Tibet. But that was a point where I did not realize that ashram and Tibet is inside me. Well, now I still have plan to go to some kind of ashram in India just to see around, talk to some people, eat some spicy Indian food, sweat all the time. I have not heard about Amma. When I read some years ago about ashrams, there was also lots of information that there are fake ashrams, like scam ashrams. But the ones you are mentioning sounds quite cool. Actually, I want to make my own ashram in Europe someday, where people just come from all the world and spend like 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks in complete conscious silence, eat good food, do healthy activities, and just spiritually grow. SacralVibes YouTube ashram. Without YouTube, she has hugged 45,000 people in 24 hours. Female Indian guru, hugging saint. Wow, very interesting. I really like people in India. I know that I haven't been there, but I have met them in my country a lot. I feel like each Indian person has huge spiritual potential in them, and huge openness from their heart. Once I actually wanted to visit Osho ashram. Yes, Osho was a madman. But his experience was real. But honestly, I'm really not into authorities. For me, there are no authorities in the world. Everyone in the chat are the same level for me as Eckhart Tolle, Sri Raman Maharishi. Well, not in the level of awakeness, of course. Well, authority seems to have some kind of borders. The word authority is not as spacious as silence or emptiness. Because our true self is borderless. Per aspera ad astra. Per aspera ad astra. I know what that means. To the stars. Are you a pagan? I wouldn't say I'm pagan. You can't compare me with anything you know. I'm not anything of these words, anything of these religions. I don't fit into definitions. I just experience the world and myself. And my way is actually really per aspera ad astra, like your nickname. Like concepts doesn't unite anyone. Onsen, you can say that, but what other being other than God himself is borderless? I don't know, Onsen. It may sound rude, but I'm really not being rude, but I don't care. God for sure is borderless. Inner stillness is borderless. I feel like I don't need to discover in me anything else. Your new name, you're waving all the time to me. Body, mind, and soul are defined. Defined even with translation, I don't know the meaning of this sentence. Sorry, my fault. Well, yes, they have borders, if that's what you mean. For sure. But it's really possible to reach almost physically borderless state when you meditate. I have had such an experiences when you don't feel anymore where is your body in a room. Everything merges together. That's only when I'm completely focused to inner silence. Your 80-minute live stream and it's midnight. It's full moon and midnight. But once on what you said about God and authority, don't worry, I get what you say. God is authority. Well, it should be perceived in that way because it helps for our mind to discipline ourselves. People need to follow authorities, especially if they are still not constant in their true nature, their awareness of inner emptiness beyond mind. The interesting thing is, if we were having conversation in real life, that would be much more effective. YouTube chat, of course, is quite limited. Yo everyone, I will end this live stream. I will see you tomorrow or on Friday. Or whenever you feel like being here. Peace out.